Garrett, what's up, my man?
What's going on, bro? How's it going?
Good, man. Welcome to the Playmaker Football Betting Show.
Man, I'm glad to be here. Another Wednesday night, more money to be made. We're coming off some winners last week. Thursday, Turkey Day. We made some winners.
Dude, not bad, right?
No, we did great, bro. I mean, I hope everybody tuned in. Last week we gave out a lot of money. But yeah, we're back. One more money to be made. It's freaking week 13. Can't believe it. Week 13 of the NFL season is here. We're getting closer to the playoffs. We know who's pretty much gonna make it at this point, and who's kind of just clawing the way to get in. But I'm excited to go over it.
Dude, I'm with you. This is fantastic, bro. Gmail locks me out of my account when I need to get into my Gmail. It says first verify it's me. Remember, I told you my keyboard doesn't work.
Yep. Yes.
So we're just gonna have to press on.
Technical difficulties, but we keep it moving. We keep it moving.
Garrett, how do you like the love seat in here now?
Bro, it's good. I like it. I like the vibe. It's very chill. It's laid back. You're chilling over there. I like it.
It's a red love seat. It goes out all the way. I did it for the back support. I was telling you briefly what was going on. You saw that video, right, when I was on that bull?
Oh yeah. Bro,
you got skills up, dude.
You got some skills though. At least you got some skills.
Dude, my legs, my thighs, my butt, and my lower back just like burned, and the handle. I was hanging on, had that hand up. I mean, dude, you're whipping around like 255 pounds of shredded and sex appeal. I mean, so my lower back took a beating, dude. I was fine Saturday. Sunday, I woke up and I was like, oh my God. Like, I knew exactly what happened. And I've had that kind of pain before. So, dude, as you're getting older, 30-year-olds to 35, 34, whatever it is, be smart, dude, because lower back pain is no joke. It's the number one leading cause of death of all people in their 30s.
That's interesting, to say the least. But I know how you feel, bro. Like, once you hit 30s, it's all downhill from there. Like, I move wrong. I'm just sleep wrong. I feel
sneezing. You ever sneeze the wrong way? Especially with back pain. I can't catch it. I'm just like, and like just trying to not collapse. It's so bad.
We're old out here, bro. We're getting old, but at least we're not, our knowledge is still there though.
Yeah, become wiser, right?
Right. And that's why we're making all this money as of late. We've been killing it.
My wife got mad at me, and she was like, "Why did you do that?" And I was like, "I should have stretched before I did it." She was like, "You thought stretching was gonna help?" Like, getting ready for it.
Getting ready to ride a bull, bro. That like I said though, skills. Those were skills. Some skills I wouldn't even be able to do. You lasted a lot. You lasted a lot longer than I would.
I tried very hard. I
don't even think I would have tried at all.
Yeah, my cousin didn't. Someone had to do it for the brand, dude. Right, for the content.
Oh, absolutely, bro. I mean, but you're paying the price.
So hard, dude. Good thing I work from home. Good thing this is my outfit for the day.
Well, there you go, nice and comfy. I wish I could, but here I am.
Comfy, cozy, wozy. What do we got on Thursday, Garrett? What are we looking at here?
New England Patriots taking on the Buffalo Bills. Me personally, I'm looking to take. Let me get this little graphic up here. I'm looking to take the Patriots +4 this Thursday night over the Buffalo Bills. Surprisingly, the Bills have been pretty terrible against the spread over the last 5, only covering one game out of their last 5. It's kind of pretty bad, and you're letting the Lions cover against you, which I took the Lions +9, might I add. But yeah, I mean, you're letting teams like the Lions cover against you, and then, like I said last week, the defense has just been bad, and now Von Miller is out. We don't know how long he's going to be out. That's even worse. The Pats are getting hot at the right time. You saw what they did against the Vikings. Last week, granted, Vikings defense atrocious, but the Bills are kind of right there as of late. They've been getting a ton of yardage, a ton of points, and I feel like Mac Jones could, like I said, keep them in the game. Ramondre Stevenson, surprising running back this year. He's probably like a top 10 running back this year. And I feel like they lean on that defense, which is number one overall, surprisingly for the Patriots. And that running game, it's gonna be cold. I don't see them airing it out a ton. I feel like with the wind chill, it's probably gonna be in the teens, especially in Buffalo, New York. So yeah, man, I feel in divisional game. Divisional games are gonna be fought. They're gonna be really close, closely contested. They both know each other so well. So yeah, give me the Patriots with the points. I feel like if you're getting over 3 points, I think it's some value there.
Dude, I'm with you on that. Yeah, Patriots to cover. That's a great play. For me, though, I'm looking at the under on this one. It is under 43 and a half. If you've seen these two teams play over the last 2 seasons, the Bills pretty much have the Patriots' numbers. Bills are 4-1 when facing the Pats. Over the past 2 seasons, they're outscoring them on average 30-16 in those matchups. Eyeball test tells you Buffalo, much more complete team. They score 25% more points than league average and are giving up 25% less points than league average. That being said, New England defense, top 5 in pass completions against. So defense is pretty stout. They're going to make it harder on Josh Allen and this talented receiving core, harder than you think. So their defense, ranks top 10 in most defensive categories. Problem here is the Patriot offense. They're kind of classified as bad to mid. Even more embarrassing is their red zone percentage, which is the second worst in the league. So even if they do manage to get it inside the 20, it's very likely that they're going to be kicking field goals here. Bills 5-5 against the spread. Pats 6-4. There's a laundry list of injury report. Allen's elbow, is it getting better? Is it getting worse? Edmonds, Diggs, Von Miller, like you mentioned on that report, Damian Harris, Jabril Peppers, Mac Jones, Devontae Parker. So a lot of things up in the air right now. But when Buffalo needs to cover 4 points this season, they're hitting at a 45.5% rate. So 5 out of 11 games. So for this one, I think it's just going to be lower on the scoring side. That's what I'm going for in this one. And then can I just roll that into my prop for that game?
I think you may.
It is going to be Mac Jones to throw under 1.5 passing touchdowns. That's hitting at an 87.5% clip, 7 out of 8 games. That only game that he threw more than 1.5 passing touchdowns was last week. Against this Bills defense, I'm seeing that trend continue. So I got him throwing under that 1.5 in this not so boring Thursday night football game.
Yeah, and you actually called that too. You called Mac Jones over 1.5 last week as well. So kudos there.
Thank you.
So you know your thing or two about Mac Jones over there. So maybe
and the defense
got a
they
little
go
feel.
against.
Yeah, of course, and like we kind of touched base on, they know each other. This is a divisional game. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be low scoring. It's just the way it goes. I feel like it's going to be a good game. It may be low scoring, but it's going to be a hard fought game where it's going to be competitive. We're not going to see, just 2 teams that literally can't do anything at all, like a Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers on a Thursday night. We're not going to see that. This is going to be a competitive game, back and forth, but just not a ton of points.
Anytime I get to watch the Bills play, I'm excited. They're just a fun team to watch, let's be honest.
Right.
So Garrett, for all of this odds, we are getting it from our friends at PointsBet. So, guys, if you have not signed up for PointsBet, go ahead and scan that QR code. Technology is pretty sweet. You're going to claim up to $2,000 in free bets. So make sure you scan that QR code, go to PointsBet, use the code Playmaker. They're going to hook it up. Like I said, we say it every week. PointsBet gives you so many free bets. It's unreal. They'll give you free lightning bet, which is you guess the outcome of the current drive. They give you same game parlay free bets. So why not play with a book that's going to give you kickbacks like that? You know what I mean?
No, absolutely. That's what you want. And the loyal sports books are like, oh, just, hey, you're loyal to us. We're loyal to you. Here's some free bets, make some money, and we'll keep it moving. Build that bankroll.
That's what I'm telling you, dude. So that's from at our friends at PointsBet. So Garrett, we got Sunday slate going. What are you looking at there?
I'm actually gonna take the over 44.5 in the Vikings Jets game. Surprisingly, the Jets are now putting up some points. Look what happens when you put a different quarterback in play. No more Wilson in there. Michael White has been lit up the Bears defense in the rain, the freezing rain. Granted, Bears defense not good either, but being able to do what he did in the freezing rain was impressive. He was poised. His passes were on point. He looked good. The Jets' offense finally looked coherent, and looks like something that really could make some strides. And I feel like they can make some strides here against the bad pass defense of the Minnesota Vikings, and they get to play in a dome, no less. Temperature
Hey, who
controlled,
doesn't love
no
Dome? You
wind.
know what I mean?
Kudos. That's true. Uh, but there's no weather involved, so all they gotta do is just sling that rock around, and I'm expecting them to, especially against the Vikings defense that has been absolutely atrocious. To the tune of, like you said, Mac Jones literally has not passed for over one touchdown in every game except for against them. So White probably going to have a really good game here. And then also, obviously, the Vikings are putting up points. They put up over 30 points against one of the best defenses in the league. You have the best receiver in the league in Justin Jefferson. You have great running backs. You have great secondary receivers. I mean, I feel like points are going to be at a plentiful here, and I'm taking over 45, 44.5. And I just think it's going to be a competitive, high-scoring game. It'll be actually a fun game to watch, to be honest. I just can't believe that really came out of my mouth saying a New York Jets game is going to be a fun game to watch, but it is.
Hey man, there's a new sheriff in town. You know what I mean? Mike White. Who?
Right.
Mike White.
Bro, I'm telling you, they are a fun team to watch. It's actually, I enjoy that the Jets are actually a decent team. I'm not going to enjoy when the Jets fans think they're like Super Bowl contenders, and then it's going to get a little annoying, but at least they're a fun team to watch.
Yeah. I got to play in this game too, Garrett. I'm going to fade those Vikings and take Jets money line. This is plus 135. This is my plus money play for this weekend, Jets over Vikings, for the reasons that the Vikings defense seems to be getting worse and worse. I'm waiting on the full collapse because they're averaging giving up 390 yards per game. That's second worst in the NFL, and even worse in their last 3 games. They're giving up 451 yards. So 390 is second worst in the NFL. Their last 3 giving up 451. So like I said, that defense just seems to be getting worse and worse over the next, couple weeks. So now I'm not saying Mike White is going to ball out, but although he looked good against the Bears shit defense, I can still see him having very similar success against the Vikings. Chicago ranked 12th in opponent pass yards allowed. Minnesota ranks dead last. What do you think Mike White's going to do against that pass defense? The worst pass defense in the league. Let's not forget the Jets didn't beat the Bears 13-10. They put up 31 points, right? So like you said, a lot of offensive action in this game. They put up 31 last week against a middle-of-the-road Bears pass defense. They're going to face a worst pass defense in the league. Jets are 4-1 against the spread on the road this season. 2-0 as an underdog. Plus money bet. Jets money line. Let's fly.
I'm hoping you're wrong, considering I'm a Vikings fan, but I totally understand where you're coming from. I'm just gonna hope that you're wrong though. Okay.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean, I usually don't pick like underdogs. Usually I'll
right.
take the points, but ride an underdog money line. I mean, I think this is going to be the one that I take this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, and that would be a big win for a Jets team that's looking to make the playoffs for the first time in what, like a decade, pretty much.
Mhm.
So, I like I said, I think that's one of the obviously since I'm a Vikings fan, but I feel like that's the marquee matchup that I'm really looking forward to the most on Sunday because it's going to be a competitive game. It's going to be a fun game now that Mike White is playing some football.
Mhm.
All right, what else do I got? I'm gonna take the Dolphins +4 on the road against San Francisco 49ers. Let's start with the 49ers are kind of banged up here. The Deebo Samuel went down with an injury. Elijah Mitchell is now done for a while. Christian McCaffrey didn't practice today. He's a little bit banged up. That offense is banged up. They only put up 13 points against the Saints last week. So I feel like they're starting to like fade a little bit because of all the injuries, because they're like a smash mouth type of offense. So they get in there, they get hit a lot. They're blocking a lot. So I feel like that wear and tear is starting to come into full effect, especially when you got guys like Christian McCaffrey and you're running him as much as you are. He's a guy that's prone to get injured, and he's getting a lot of bumps and bruises. Deebo Samuel, another guy, he's hurt. Everybody's just hobbled a bit. And you're going to need to be able to put up some points against this Dolphins team. Dolphins team they're lighting it up. Tua Tagovailoa, he's 7-0 when he starts and finishes a game. I think he's like 8-1 overall or something like that. But
just when he's not concussed.
Right. When he's not getting hit and getting injured, the dude is absolutely electrifying. I mean, his completion percentage, 70%. His touchdown to interception ratio is ridiculous at 19-3. And it's an offense that's really hard to keep up with. So the Niners literally have to be the best that they've been defensively in order to slow down this Dolphins offense. And if they can't, I don't see the Niners being able to go punch for punch with the Dolphins offensively, going score for score. It's just not going to happen, especially this late in the season. They're banged up. So, and you're giving me Dolphins, a high scoring offense, giving me 4 points. I may be a trap, but I'm willing to lay the money here to figure it out and see.
Here's where I see you get screwed, Garrett. If it's tied at halftime and you score no points in the second half, because I saw a stat today, 49ers in their last 4 games have allowed 0 points in the second half. So the second half of games for the last 4 games allow 0 points, which is pretty freaking good. So even if they do generate 13 points and you're tied 10-10 in the first half and they kick a field goal, you're still losing if that stat continues. So looks like second half of the games, their defense really steps up.
That could happen. But what if neither team scores and then it's only like a field goal? It's a field goal to win it. Niners win by a field goal. I feel like it's gonna be a closely contested game regardless. Whoever wins, it's 3 points. I feel like 3-4 points max. I don't feel like either team's gonna pull away with a touchdown lead. Especially like Niners literally have to be stout defense. They're not giving up shit all game. If they're giving up points in the beginning, I can't fathom that they're just gonna be lockdown defense and give up nothing in the second half. But if they're stout from the get-go, then the Dolphins are going to have some problems covering the spread. Because then the Niners are just going to run down their throat for sure.
Yeah, I just saw that stat earlier today. I was like, God damn, that is impressive. You know what I mean? I mean, they have, Bosa arguably one of the best defensive linemen in the game. Especially since Aaron Donald's not playing this week.
Oh yeah.
He's probably the best defensive lineman active. But yeah, agreed. I like that. I'm going to go over to the Broncos and Ravens game. Broncos and Ravens, I like under 38.5. So it's total sitting at 38.5. This game's got to go under, right? You got the worst offense in football in the Browns going against the Ravens defense, who ranks 12th in points allowed. Then you got the Ravens, who are a top 5 scoring offense going against arguably the best defense in the Broncos. I see this being struggle city game as far as points are concerned. Ravens rank 2nd in the NFL in rushing yards. That's their bread and butter, right? Broncos, middle of the pack against the run. I see the Ravens having success there. Run the clock. Clock will run. Also, once the Ravens get into the red zone, they'll be going against the best red zone defense. Justin Tucker will be busy Sunday. A lot of those touchdowns that should be converting, they're going to be field goals. The reason I can't go with the side here is because the Ravens offense is so inconsistent. 2 weeks ago, Ravens only put up 13 against the Panthers. And with this non-existent offense of the Broncos, everything's telling me the under here. So I like that under 38.5.
Yeah, I can see that. I can't see the Broncos really putting up too many points.
Why would it happen this week?
I know that, but
Hasn't happened all year.
My only concern is like the Ravens will do so well in the first half. They play great defense, and then they fucking collapse like they did last week against the Jaguars, which was that was just horrible to watch. Like, how do you let Trevor Lawrence just do you like that? Just do you like that? Like, come on. What are you doing out there?
Well, here's the thing too, Garrett, is at this point in the season, there are going to be some teams that give up, right? The team stops believing, they give up on their leader. If there's not a good, I mean, you got Nathaniel Hackett, coach over there. You got Danger Witch, Russell Wilson doing his Subway commercials. He's getting yelled at by O linemen or D linemen on the sideline.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a good cohesive unit over there. This point in the season, how bad they are, I think this is where you start seeing some people giving up during the game. It's that we're at that point in the season. You know what I mean? Where teams aren't playing for anything anymore.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. And like you said, there's a lot of animosity going on in that Broncos locker room. I think wasn't it Russell Wilson's birthday? And about half the team showed up to his birthday.
Well, yeah. So is that half empty or half full? It's that whole cup thing, right?
Yeah, they're like about half.
Yeah.
They're being generous with about half. But
that can be so misleading too, though, right? I mean, like, you know.
No, but man, I don't know what happened. Like, I thought that was a good trade for the Broncos, but I feel like it's more the coach's fault than it is, the player's fault, because they're not scheming well with Russell Wilson. So, and I don't think they're putting up a ton of points here. Like you said, Ravens defense, other than last week, have been a lot better as of late. Like last week was an outlier. They were doing so well prior to that. And I feel they get back on track here.
I love it.
Who else do you got for Sunday?
I got Commanders versus Giants. I got Commanders minus 2.5. All aboard Tyler Heineke train. Tyler Heineke, Washington, dude, 4-0 against the spread as a favorite. 4-2 against the spread away. 7-4 against the spread overall. It took a touchdown with 8 seconds left for them to cover, for the Giants to cover against the Cowboys on Thanksgiving, and I'm coming back for my money. I'm coming back for it because that was one of the worst backdoor covers I've had to experience on Thanksgiving Day, and I'm with Giants fans. I'm over here on the East Coast. My brother-in-law is a Giants fan. His father's a Giants fan, and they're like, "Oh, you took a plus or a -9 Cowboys?" I'm like, "Yeah, I did." And they all took +9 for the Giants, so I'm coming back for my money this weekend. Giants offense revolves around one man. His name's Saquon Barkley. Giants have the 6th most rushing yards this season. They'll be facing Washington defense, who ranks 8th fewest rushing yards against. So the pass game is non-existent. Both of these teams rank 23rd and 28th in passing yards. Washington, 4-1 in their last 5. They only lost by 3 to the Vikings, and they beat the Eagles. I'll lay the 2.5 here. Commanders 2.5. Tyler Heineke, take us home.
I like it. Commanders actually been playing very well. Like you said, they're a top 10 unit defensively. Giants are kind of falling apart. Their offensive line is really banged up. We're finally going to get Chase Young back as well. He's not even injured last week. He just had an illness, so he's back, and they're already wreaking havoc on offensive lines before while he was injured. So now imagine having him back, going against a banged up offensive line of the Giants. I really like that play. And man, I was so pissed about that backdoor cover, because then the game also went over. I'm like, you guys let up the touchdown for no reason. You guys are going for the touchdown for no reason. You guys weren't going to win anyways. Like, someone was betting on that game, and fuck them. Fuck that. Man, that screams someone was betting on that over. I know it. I just know it.
It that upset me during my second plate at the table of Thanksgiving.
Like, damn it.
Yeah.
So, I think we have to talk about where we get our great insight from.
Oh, why we're so knowledgeable and
Yeah,
smart with all these numbers and statistics and analysis, all that stuff you're talking about, right?
absolutely.
Oh, okay. Well, everyone, all you got to do is head over to FTN Bets. And also, if you want to try this for free, it's ftnbets.com/free. You'll get a free 3-day trial. It's going to give you breakdown, analysis, numbers, all these kind of things that me and Garrett are talking about. So you can do this yourself or, go about your sports wagering the smartest way possible by getting the best kind of information. So head over to ftnbets.com/free 3-day trial so you can be like us.
Yeah, be like us, win some money, get all the best stats, all the best tools over at FTN Bets.
Beautiful. Now we come to the point where we do our prize pick entry, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So for you guys that don't know, Prize Picks, happy sponsor of the show. All you got to do, they got another QR code. Look at that, guys, how easy it is. QR code at the bottom there. Use code Playmaker, 100% deposit match up to $100. You put in $100, they'll give you $100 back. That's how it works. It's nice and easy. $50, they'll give you $50 back. So all you got to do is put together a entry, and it is going to be more than or less than. There will be props, passing, rushing, all that kind of stuff. So me and Garrett pick a couple that we like for the board coming up this weekend, and then we'll let you play it if you like. We're going to play it. We'll come up with a graphic this week. I'll make a dope graphic with our prize pick entry, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, man. And we actually smashed our prize pick entries last week. I know my two went two for two. So
Anytime TD you had, right?
yeah, I had Stephon Diggs more than half a touchdown. And then I had who else did I have? I forgot. But I know that one hit. But I know I went 2 for 2. I went 2 for 2. I know that much. All right. So who are you starting off with?
So if you can get that Mac Jones less than 1.5 passing touchdowns, I would include that in the prize pick entry. The other one I like as well is Aaron Jones over 58.5 rushing yards. So this is only hit in 2 out of the 5 games, but I love this spot going against the Bears defense, who ranks 27th in rushing yards allowed. They're giving up 144 yards on the ground. Rodgers' thumb, Jordan Love, doesn't matter. I still see them establishing a strong run game here against a defense that has a poor rush defense, and Aaron Jones is going to feast. So that's how I see it playing out.
Yeah, I completely agree with you there. I mean, the offense revolves around Aaron Jones, and I can't see how he doesn't get over 58.5, rushing yards there. I mean, you're talking about he's at least going to get 15 to 20 touches. And if he gets 15 touches, all he has to do is average 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, I mean, and you see what they did against the Eagles too, right? I mean, they shredded the Eagles. They don't have a good rush defense either. So I mean, I understand that, but the Bears don't either. So I think they're going to have their way with it. If Rodgers plays, they keep him limited for throwing. Jordan Love, whatever, they're going to pound the run game. I think that's going to be the easiest, the path of least resistance.
Yeah, I agree completely. I'm going to go with Justin Herbert more than 275.5 passing yards. I think that's extremely low considering they're going against the Las Vegas Raiders, who have an abysmal defense. And we've seen that last week, giving up a shit ton of points to the Seattle Seahawks. And I kind of think the more of the same. Herbert is on fire as of late. We saw what he did against the Arizona Cardinals. That was impressive. Another come from behind win. He almost did that against the Chiefs a game prior as well. He's starting to close out games. He's always on the comeback, and the Chargers' offense is just predicated on throwing the ball. Like their run game is just check downs to Austin Eckler. That's their run game. So check down to Austin Eckler is just more fantasy points, more yards for Justin Herbert here. So I think it's going to be a very high-scoring game, obviously, and they're going to have to go punch for punch. 2 terrible defenses, Herbert should have. I think he could possibly get like 350 yards and like almost 2 to 3 touchdowns here. I think it's going to be that big of a like scoring onslaught for both teams here.
The total's set at 50.5 right now. Chargers are only -1. Wow. So yeah, I mean the total is pretty high. So like you said, Herbert getting his way in the air leads to a lot of points.
Oh yeah, I'm actually looking forward to that game too. That's gonna be a good one, especially because I have a lot of Chargers in fantasy too. So
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with Herbert for a reason.
Makes sense. So we'll put that together. I'll get a graphic out. We'll have all of our prize pick entries out there. Garrett, look at that. 30 minutes on the dot, dude.
On the dots. Beautiful.
Every week.
I love it.
We
I love it.
call that punctual every week. Punctual, on time. Got it down pat. Love it.
We did.
Garrett also wanted to say the new setup, dude. Chef's kiss.
Oh, thank you, man. I got some inspiration from the guy over here. So
I know. Well, I'm moving my stuff all around now. I had to sit in the chair today, so who knows what it'll look like next week.
You'll be on the top of you'll be on your roof next time.
I'll be on the stairs. Who knows? Something crazy.
We'll see. Stay tuned for that.
All right, Garrett. Well, I will see you next Wednesday night where we will do this again. Sound good?
Absolutely, bro. I'll see you then.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next week.